That's why they call me the business boy. Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning, BBs. It's too early.
It sure is.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And Saige brought 2 computers today.
I sure did.
Because that's how hard she's working.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, how hard do you work? How many computers do you have in front of you? I'm sorry.
About it?
I'm sorry. What? What was that?
I love that we did that.
Sorry. Lazy person says what?
Did he get you?
What?
You got to get up pretty early in the morning and have a pretty tall stack of computers to get one over on Saige Ryan.
That's why they call me the business boy.
That's why they call her the business boy. They don't call me the business boy.
No.
Let me tell you what I do instead of business. They put Balatro on Apple Arcade.
Okay. I had to have this re-explained to me, and then when you re-explained it to me, I was like, oh, I remember when you were playing that.
I already have Balatro on the Switch and on Steam.
Oh, wow, you did both.
But now I also have it on Apple Arcade.
Yeah.
Balatro, if you haven't played it, don't play it. My advice to you, never touch Balatro.
Now, your advice to me an hour ago was you got to play Balatro.
Yeah. Do you know when you have that addict friend that's like, hey, just do one hit with me?
Yeah.
Because they're like, they need a friend in the gutter with them.
And you're saying it to a person who also has an addictive personality.
Yeah, I need a friend in the gutter with me. And listen, you've been the business boy for too long.
Don't make it me.
You've been the business boy for too long.
I've got 2 laptops of work to do.
I know. Your fall from grace will be so dramatic.
Damn. All right.
Can you believe it?
All right, I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play Balatro, everybody.
That's fine. How about you, Alex? Do you find mobile games extremely addictive?
Yes, but unfortunately, it's because they put Magic the Gathering Arena on the iPhone as well. So.
There is a strong reason I have not yet played Arena.
Mm-hmm. It's really fun. And
I know.
There's a good loop of like you can get free plays by playing. It's satisfying. It's great.
That's how they get you.
They get me.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
My thing is, I have so many physical cards. So if I'm gonna play Magic, I have to fucking use my cards.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. I have so many physical cards. If I'm gonna play, I should make it a social thing. This is how I justify, and you shouldn't have to justify things you enjoy. I wanna be clear. I do have an addictive personality, and unfortunately, my number 1 is work. This isn't me being good at work. This is me having a problem. But my number 1 way to justify getting to play games usually is socially, because I have a very strong tendency to just kind of like see no one, do nothing, respond to nothing, just work. So games are a good excuse. 2 birds with 1 stone, you know what I mean?
Yes.
A, I get to play a game that I've been wanting to play. And B, I get to say that I socialized.
Yeah, but counterpoint. UFO 50 is also out.
What's that? Uh-oh.
Oh, have any of y'all been playing UFO 50?
What is that?
Have any of y'all been playing UFO 50? Oh, baby. UFO 50 is a collection of 50 games. It's basically a 50 game cart. And it is dedicated to the history of a console that never existed.
That's fun.
Called the LX, the LX1. It's a fake Japanese microcomputer. Yeah, if you can find the trailer for that, Alex, go ahead and put it up. And it's basically like, it goes through the history. Like if you bought like a Nintendo Mini or like the Atari 50 collection. Yeah. It goes through these fake games from 1983 to 1989.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, it was a popular console in Japan and it does like little fake historical bits about them that you can look at. But they're all fully real games. Like they're not like little WarioWare style mini games. Yeah. They are full on games. There's a full like 20-hour JRPG on there.
Wow.
And it goes through like every single genre that would have been popular in that year. It tries to get the graphics as like pseudo accurate as possible.
Yeah.
So you can like watch the console evolve. So like when it starts on the LX1, which was like the original version of the computer.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get to the end, you're playing games on the LX3.
Oh, so they get better?
Which was like the fanciest version of it.
That's cool.
Not only that, but like there are so many lore drops, and I believe there is an ARG going on right now.
Whoa.
Like there's a terminal that you can go into in the computer
my thing.
and enter codes into the terminal, and it does different things.
That's neat.
Like cheat codes and stuff, but it also unlocks like huge other things that have nothing to do with the games.
That's awesome. I love projects like this.
UFO 50 owns. I'm probably just gonna like stream it for 9 hours straight tomorrow.
Find everything.
Yeah, just as an excuse to play it for 9 hours straight.
See? An excuse to do things.
That's right.
It's also socializing.
Can I interest you in Balatro?
Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. When I was a child, we had to go to Las Vegas for a cheer competition. And my mother had to buy me one of those little slot machines from the gift shop because I was so fiendish to be able to gamble.
You've told me this before, yeah.
So poker-inspired games probably shouldn't be for me. There's a reason I don't gamble. I imagine I'd like it very much.
I thought that I would, but then when I went to Vegas for the first time and I actually gambled, because I'm a fan of games, I don't like gambling. Because I understand that it's not a game.
You can't get better at the game.
Yeah.
There isn't like, I mean, you can get better at poker. It's not that there aren't people who are good at poker.
But I'm not that person.
Right. And it's not going to happen while you're in Las Vegas.
Right. My dad lived in Mississippi when I was a kid, and they have legal gambling. And he would have me, I would sit in the, like, right on the outside of the casino in like the little food court thing.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't leave me and go gambling, if that's where you think the story's going. He would sit and eat with me. And then like every once in a while during the meal, he would ask me to pick a machine and he would go put $1 into that machine. And then anything that I won was mine to use during the trip.
All right, that actually turned out cute. It didn't sound like it was going somewhere cute.
No, it didn't sound like it was
sounded
going
like
cute.
it was going somewhere very sad.
I want to say somebody in the live studio audience, when I was talking about UFO 50, said, makes me wish that there was a compilation of real games like that with the historical tidbits. I am begging everyone, whether you think you will be a fan of it or not, check out the Atari 50th anniversary collection. Whether you like the games or not is irrelevant. It's actually like a documentary and a coffee table book and all these different things about the history of Atari that just happens to also include the games. Because Atari games are not much. No. Like, listen.
Yeah.
Atari games are, you don't need to play an Atari game.
No, you really don't.
You don't. Like, do you know what Atari games, there are two Atari games that are still fun. Pac-Man and Pong.
Sure. Yeah, those have withstood.
Yeah.
And it's like.
And Pong's only fun 2-player.
Oh, yeah.
Because Pong, like, all you need to make anything fun is a second person to fuck with.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Even then, you've got a pretty short amount of time for me on Pong.
Yeah.
You got a pretty short amount of time for me on Pac-Man too, if I'm honest.
Pac-Man, I
got a round or two.
Yeah. That's about that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit and spend a day on Pac-Man. I don't have the Pac-Man fever.
Sure.
As they said.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
And they made a song about.
And thank goodness, because there is still no cure.
No. That's the thing, is like, you'll see a lot of online activism for a cause, and then the activism, we all get bored of it and it drops off. But the problem doesn't go away. Pac-Man fever, there has been no cure for 40 years.
And they never even found Kony.
We have confirmation. We did not find Kony.
You heard it here first.
Wow.
That's the thing. Activism is temporary, while the attention's on it, sure. But once 3 white boys who decided to start a charity for a place they didn't know anything about eventually lost interest, the pursuit was ended. And that's how Kony 2012 went.
I hope we get him, if that's what it was about. And if it wasn't, I hope we didn't get him.
Do you know what the larger problem with Kony 2012 was?
It sounds like the Olympics are being held in a place that you'd never heard of.
Okay.
Is that the biggest problem with it?
No.
Is the biggest problem with it that it sounds like a tour for a musician you're too old to be into.
No, I would say the branding was a little troubling on it.
Is the biggest problem that it's
So the biggest problem with Kony 2012 is that these like random 3 white dudes, okay, had started this not charitable organization, raised a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh, hey, we're trying to take all this money. It was like, we really want to do good, but these boys had no idea how to. They were like college students that were like, we're going to make our mark. This is going to be it.
Put that back up, Alex. Put that back up.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, that was the poster for Kony 2012.
What does that even mean?
So,
what am I supposed to take away from that?
So the big problem was that Uganda, which this was supposed to be a charitable effort for Uganda, and it was supposed to be that essentially Kony was like a cult leader / like big scary wannabe dictator guy that they thought they were going to get. And they painted this picture of Uganda being like a terrible place, that like people are being kidnapped in the streets and all of these things. And Uganda was like, actually, we're doing pretty well. Please stop. And it decimated tourism in Uganda and completely wrecked their economy for years, because so much of the world believed suddenly that Uganda was like a terrifying and dangerous place.
Uganda, be kidding me.
Don't. You take that back. Undo it.
No, I won't.
Undo it.
I won't.
Anyways, so that was the results of Kony 2012, is it turned out that Kony was not the person they thought that he was, and there were also reports that he was actually already dead at the time, and that Uganda actually...
Got him.
And that Uganda actually didn't need that at all from these 3 random white boys, and then everybody wearing the shirts in America.
Or we got him so good, we got him earlier than we thought.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
And Uganda had actually been thriving, and a lot of their economy was based on tourism.
Yeah, I do remember the thing coming out, and we were all sitting around like for a couple days, we were like, whoa, this sounds like a pretty big deal. And then at the time I was working at Revision 3, which was full of, tech journalists. Like a lot of people were like, XCNet, like, you know what I mean? XZDNet, all these people, like PC Magazine. And we all looked at it and we were like, hey, do we know what this is actually about? This seems false.
So I was 16 when Kony 2012 came out. And I was the target age and demographic of like teenage white girl who cares about political issues, but is not smart enough to be informed. Rode hard for Kony 2012.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Did you recently go down a Kony 2012 rabbit hole because we did a Kony 2012 joke on the show?
Maybe.
Hey, speaking of the show, we got some show for you.
We do.
If you want to believe that, we're of course going to talk about just Facebook turning. Listen, your parents' minds are mush now. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Can't have them back.
Can't have them back. Steam also dares you to sue them. They say, come on and do it. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're also, and let's just start it off with this one because it's real quick.
Okay.
That anniversary PS5 Pro.
Sure.
That anniversary PS5 Pro?
Yeah, for those who didn't see it, they made a PS5 Pro anniversary edition that was supposed to be like inspired by the PlayStation 1.
Can I tell you something about this PS5 Pro?
Let's see it.
The PS5 Pro, when people saw the comparison between the gameplay footage, and we talked about this on the show, everybody was like, what is this $700 for? This is ridiculous. I don't even get it. I won't pay. Now, there is new hardware in it, right? They put new, and everybody was like, there's no way this is worth $700.
No.
But do you know what everybody did the second they said, what if we did a PS5 Pro, but we made it limited and we made it look like an old one? Everybody went, how much money do you want? I'll give you so much money because you have made this console gray instead of white. I will give you anything you need. Yeah. It's still the bad one that you were talking, the expensive one.
Same thing.
But now it looks like the one I remember from when a member times.
But also it really doesn't.
No.
Like, it definitely doesn't. It has like the old PlayStation logo.
It has the logo and the color scheme.
But like not even like strongly on the color scheme.
More on the controller. And I saw a lot of people talking about, hey, honestly, if they just sold the controller, I would just buy the controller.
100%. I would also probably buy the controller.
The controller comes with like a USB-C connector for the controller that looks like the old PlayStation connector.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, remember?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh my God, I remember that.
You remember that? And then PlayStation came out and said, listen, 12,500 of these only.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we're making. And you cannot have the controller separately. It all comes as one package that we say, remember this?
Remember this?
Remember this? And I just love, my favorite thing about this is we all agree on tangible, concrete specs and the value of the technology that's been added. We're all very much on board with it being a bad deal. Everybody said the PS5 Pro is a bad deal.
It's not worth it.
We don't like this.
Yes.
But literally, the brand and like hype beast and limited edition drop culture, people immediately threw that out of their brains.
Right.
They said, I know this is the bad console.
I know I didn't want this.
But now you're telling me I can't have it.
And that it's gray. Like, that's it. Hi, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for that raid. So this was actually more expensive, too, than just the regular Pro. This was $1,000 pre-order.
Right, because this comes with the controller.
Sure.
And I believe it comes with...
The regular Pro came with a controller.
Right, but this is the limited controller with the carrying case, which the original one doesn't have.
I'll say the carrying case, probably the best part of the bundle.
And it comes with that disc drive. And the disc drive, also gray. Oh, and it does come with the Edge controller.
So it comes with two controllers. Okay.
No. It just comes with one Pro controller. Whereas the PS5 Pro doesn't come with the Pro controller.
Okay.
It comes with the standard controller.
Got it. People in chat seem to think it came with two controllers.
Oh, two controllers?
It is two. So one Edge, one regular.
Two controllers?
Okay.
Okay, well that's still more than that console's worth.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's still...
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, honestly, though...
Yeah, you want a mid-generation refresh for $1,000? I don't.
Console, two controllers, disc drive, carrying case. It does work out to less than if you bought all of that separately.
If you were already buying the $700 Pro.
That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is, people aren't.
That's the thing.
People are not. We're not going to. Well, here's the thing.
Wait, I'm sorry. It's not the disc. It's just a disc drive cover. I'm sorry. It's just a disc drive cover. Wait. So two controllers. Only one of them the good one.
No disc drive.
Wait. Two controllers. Only one of them is the good one. And then a cover for a drive that you don't have.
Yeah, show us that image. I feel like that's helpful.
But it's gray.
God, that's so funny.
But it's gray.
God. Robert Hartley GM said, PS1, I had one of those. Well, my brothers did, so I did. I feel that way about a lot of consoles. But that's what's got a lot of people buying this, is going, I had one of those, and now they'll spend $1,000 to have it again. But here's the other thing, Anthony. You can't even do that. Because it's not just that like, oh, Hypebeast came out and bought this. No, resellers bought most of them. So many
of course
of the 1,500 limited have ended up on eBay going for between $1,000 and $3,000 because like at $1,000, why did you bother? It was $1,000 in the first place. What was the point of this? Maybe they're just hoping people will bid and spike it up.
Yeah.
But that is the lowest that can be found on eBay right now. On average, they're priced between actually $2,000 and $5,000. For a gray PlayStation.
The human brain is trash.
Yeah.
And we're trash inside of trash.
Yeah.
We all agree that the PS5 Pro is not a deal.
Yeah.
We all agree that it's not good. But because it's got that hype beast flavor to it.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. They came out with the PS5 Pro and they gave us a 30-minute technical presentation.
Yeah.
Where they tried logically.
Yeah.
Logically to explain to us. They tried to show us. They tried to show us video. They stacked all the things on top of one another, and we reviewed the evidence and we said, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
And what's wild is that the PlayStation marketing department didn't just say, hey, this PS5 Pro, let's just start off, straight up start off.
Yeah.
Limited drop.
Yeah.
If they were smart, they would do a limited drop of the PS5 Pro like every 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Until they caught up. If they did PS1, PS2, PS3, and then
so silly.
Then just keep doing limited editions based on different PlayStation properties.
Absurd.
Because here's the thing. Nobody wants the Pro.
No.
But people do want the limited Pro.
People do want the limited Pro.
I also think, and I thought this at the time, I think the PS1 was an ugly console.
The PS1 was an ugly console, yet if they had made this PS5 look actually more like the PlayStation 1, I would get it more. I just don't feel like they committed hard enough to the nostalgia even for me to be like, okay, spend money on a thing you like that you think looks cool. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm not against like shallow cosmetic purchases, you know, like buying it just because it looks cool.
Yeah.
And I honestly see that as more valid than like the regular PS5 Pro. But I just don't feel like they went hard enough on the PlayStation design of it.
Yeah.
Like, it still looks the same as the regular PS5 Pro to me.
Because, and this is something that all of these companies have figured out. We talk about it every time there's a limited edition Switch. We talk about it every time there's a limited edition, any console, a controller. We're just like, this is the same manufacturing process.
Yes.
They are changing almost nothing. They are just adding a different color usually.
Yeah.
And then maybe you get some sort of like screen printed thing on it. The Switches in particular are like one color
but
with
they
like
get me every time.
Every time I'm like, do I need a new Switch?
I'm not buying them, but like, if I could, I might.
I probably need a new Switch. I probably need 3 Switches.
I still want the Animal Crossing one.
Still, yeah.
I still think it's really great. And that was one of the stronger ones. They did do a little bit more.
That you can buy third-party repros of those shells and docks?
100%. Yes.
And you can just turn it into an Animal Crossing Switch.
But mine is currently a Splatoon Switch.
Ah.
So it would be weird.
Already limited. Double limited.
Already. So like, you know.
I think this is so,
Show us that, Alex.
Show us the real value. Show us the real value, Alex. There's the real value.
I love the price next to that because it looks like it's $999 for these little PlayStation
you
pins.
You get the paperclip. You get the logo pin. You get the cable ties. You get the special USB-C controller cable.
Great.
Ooh, baby.
Well, now I understand why it was $1,000 and why it sold out so fast. Obviously.
The only limited edition. Are you having a bad leg day, bud? Is that what's happening?
He's talking to Dagger, just so you know. I feel like it would be confusing of where people are off camera.
I'm also having a bad leg day.
Yeah, that was to Alex, actually.
Yeah. How much for the cable ties? Yo, how much for the cable ties?
Yeah.
Somebody want to go splitsies on a PS5 anniversary edition and just give me the cable ties?
Just the cable ties, yeah.
I'll put in $20 towards the PS5 anniversary edition.
A paperclip.
You want the paperclip?
Yeah, I'd like the paperclip.
Will you give 5 for the paperclip?
Yeah, I'll give 5 for the paperclip. So
if anybody wants a PS5 anniversary edition, we'll put 25 towards it. We just want the cable ties and the paperclip.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, what? I can't. I guess, like, if you didn't have, and this is what I said about the Pro refreshes last generation, if you didn't have a PS5, or an Xbox, or a PS4, or an Xbox One already, the mid-season refreshes made a lot of sense.
100%.
Same thing here. If you don't have a PS5, and you want to spend $200 extra,
and get the upgraded one,
and get the Pro. If you didn't already have the console, I guess that makes sense. Same with like the Switch OLED. It was like, if you don't have a Switch yet, great.
Then get this one. That's great.
Don't try to
go from your PS5 to this.
No. But the fact that everybody just lost their minds over this, and the fact that, and I'm going to say this, the fact that PlayStation and a lot of these companies still have not figured out how to make sure these things don't get immediately into the hands of scalpers is wild.
Other people have figured it out. I don't know. Like, to them, is it just like, well, we sell out fast either way, you know?
Yes, that's honestly
like, they don't probably care.
It was like back during the graphics card shortage when they're like, boy, don't worry. We're going to make sure that these don't get into the hands of the people because we don't want them to have it. We want the good people like you to,
we care who gives us money.
Oh no, what happened? Oh no, they're gone. We did everything we could.
Best of luck. I guess we'll just move on to the next generation and you can buy that one. I guess we'll just put out a new graphics card. How about a little TI for you if you couldn't get the last one?
Oh, you better hurry up. We think we've got the bad people out this time.
We think we've got them this time. Try again.
Try again. Try again.
Yeah. It's okay. If you click this link at midnight, it's a little pre-order and you'll get to it. This one's, and we put a bunch of precautions in place, okay?
You know what you do? Give us your email and your personal information and we'll make sure you hear about it first.
Yeah.
And we will not do anything with that information, we promise.
And we're not gonna email the bad people, only the good people.
Only the good people will get the email because we have a filter. We have a filter that only filters good people.
It's like Santa's list.
Give us your blood. Hey, give us a pint of your blood. We'll make sure.
Yeah.
We won't draw it ourselves. Just bring a pint of blood.
Bring a pint of blood.
And you got to swear it's yours. You got to swear it's your blood.
Yeah.
Because we don't want the bad people getting in here.
You wouldn't do that, right? Not to Sony.
I remember 2 generations ago when Microsoft did a very pointed marketing campaign where they were like, for the price of one PS3, you can have an Xbox 360 and a Wii. Why don't you do that instead? That was literally a marketing campaign they did. They called it Wii 60. It was like an unofficial thing because Sony at the time of the PlayStation 3, remember the PlayStation 3 was like $500.
Yeah.
And they were like, how are people going to afford this? And it's like, hey, maybe you'll need a second job. Like that's where PlayStation was.
Yeah. Honestly, brilliant. And not wrong. Not wrong. The better deal was to get the Xbox and the Wii.
And at this point, for $750 or $1,000 if you want this limited edition thing.
Yeah, if you want it to be gray.
Hey, I'll build you a PC for $1,000 and it'll be a good PC.
Yeah.
It'll be a pretty good PC.
It'll be a pretty good PC.
It'll be a pretty good PC.
It'll be a passable PC for $1,000.
And let me tell you something else. For $1,000, you can absolutely have a Switch and an Xbox.
Yeah.
You could have a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And
a Switch Lite.
You could have a Steam Deck and an Xbox for $1,000.
How much? I don't know how much the Xboxes are. Because there's the Series S and the Series X. I don't know. I don't know how much Xboxes are these days.
It's fucking wild, man. I feel like Imp in my head in the live studio audience has a great question. That does not include cable ties.
No.
That does not include cable ties.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Britt JK said drinking a Dr. Pepper at work in honor of It's Too Early. See y'all in the VOD.
Don't you spill that.
Shout out to the mods.
Don't you spill that.
Bum, bum, bum.
So yeah, this is, and no shade to collectors markets.
Yeah.
Lord knows I collect dumb things. I have a lot of dumb things.
You do.
This one just feels particularly strange to me because the same thing we were literally dunking on last week is now
cool.
The most beautiful thing in the world to people.
Yeah. Now cool? Question mark?
Now cool.
I guess cool.
Now cool. That's all it took.
All right.
I'll tell you, branding is everything.
Yeah, it is.
Branding is truly everything.
Branding is, nostalgia is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a very powerful combination of they hit you with nostalgia and limited edition. Come on.
30th anniversary. 30 years.
Yeah.
That only happens once.
Yeah.
And it only happens once every 30 years. So that's a long time.
That's a long time. You only turn 30 once.
My I had my PlayStation anniversary like print that I got at PlayStation Experience back in the day.
Yeah.
The 20th anniversary one. And I was sitting and I was playing video games on my television set. And it just fell right off the wall and tore.
Oh no.
Second piece of art that I've had in this apartment that has fallen off the wall and torn. Apartment cursed.
Or maybe you're bad at hanging things.
Never happened before. Hang things all the time in every other place. Apartment cursed.
Yeah, it's probably that the apartment is cursed.
Honestly, do you know what I think it is?
What?
I live on the top floor of my building. And it has been a particularly earthquakey year.
It has been a bit quakey.
It's been a little bit quakey, and I do tend to shake a lot on the top floor.
Yeah.
Dagger never minds earthquakes. He's never cared. But now that we're up on the top floor and it shakes a little bit more, he looks up and he's like, "Fuck, man, knock it off."
Yeah, quit doing that.
He's like, "Hey," and he looks at me. He's like, "You need to make this stop."
Yeah.
My
cats do the same thing.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And then the art falls off the wall and he's like, "That was scary. Why did you do that to me?"
Yeah.
Why would you do these things?
Have you ever heard my cat yell?
Yes.
Because Ghost, he can meow, but he also can just go, ah! I don't think he's supposed to be able to do that, but it is a thing he has developed. And during the last earthquake, he walked up to me, put his paws on me and just went, ah! in my face. And it's not fear. It's just like, stop it. What? No.
He's like, knock it off.
And there isn't like the cat started it of like the of a meow. Just, ah!
I went to your place last week.
Yep.
And you had a window open so Ghost could look out into the world.
Yeah.
And you know, with the window screen. And I was walking up and I went, "Ghost!" And he went in every direction but the direction I was.
He does not see very good.
And I was like, "Ghost! Ghost, it's me! You know, look over here, it's me!" And I kept getting closer and closer, and he kept going. And then when he finally saw me, he just went and backed away.
Yeah.
Like slowly backed away.
The queen is coming.
Like, what?
Yeah. He's very confused. That's it. He's just very confused all the time. He's not a smart boy, and the world has a lot in it that he cannot handle.
Like, he literally was just like, when he saw it was me, he was like, "How dare it be you that was fucking with me for this long?" And I was just like, I wasn't fucking with you, man.
He's just cross-eyed, so it's real hard to pinpoint where something is.
I'll tell you what, for a blind idiot, he sure does love looking out into the world.
He does. He's not blind, he's cross-eyed. Thank you very much.
It makes him functionally blind.
No, it makes him functionally confused. He's just a little confused and his depth perception is not very good.
Saige's cats have never learned how to jump.
Nope.
Sage's cats have never learned how to jump.
And it's great.
Because Ghost can't see right to jump.
And Wednesday was baby.
So if he jumps, he jumps a little bit and off to the side.
Yeah, he veers.
And he's just like, "Why am I not on the couch? I'm supposed to be on the couch right now." And because Wednesday grew up with Ghost,
she also doesn't jump.
She never thinks to do it.
Now, Ghost can get onto the couch. Couch and coffee table height is max height for my cats, which I love. It means anything I don't want the cats to get to only needs to go up a little bit. And most people who have cats in their house do not have that privilege.
No.
If I set something up a little bit higher, it's fine. He's never gotten onto a countertop. Neither of them.
Yeah, they call that kitty privilege.
Yeah. Neither of them have ever gotten onto a countertop, and it's awesome. And it's very funny because they just, like, she just didn't learn. She was like, "Well, this is what cats do."
That's what cats do.
It's great. Anyways, let's. What do you want? What do you want to do?
Well, let's talk about more expensive things that have been announced.
Let's do it. There was a big Meta presentation, Meta Connect 2024 recently, and I feel like presentations like this are always, "Hey, we've made a product that is for no one and you can't have."
Yeah,
that's it.
And you'd think, based on the last story, everybody would run to get it.
Yeah, no.
No,
you actually can't have it. Like, it actually isn't available to you.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facebook and so Facebook Developer Connect. I don't know why. I get emails for this thing and I don't know why.
Interesting.
But
I didn't.
Facebook Developer Connect, is where Mark Zuckerberg blinks his eyes vertically instead of horizontally.
Yeah.
and tells you he's just a dude. And all of the other normal dudes that work with him came up with some normal dude things that normal dudes will want.
Of course.
And then they show it off and it's like every human being looks at it and goes, what did you make? He's like, it's a glorbtharb for your garbsness. Like normal dudes want.
Don't you want
a glorbtharb for your garsnest? Like normal people want? Because we're normal?
We put a lot of money into making this. You want this, right?
Their latest innovation
is Google Glass.
Is Google fucking Glass. Their latest innovation is AR glasses. Their latest innovation are those glasses that every gaming YouTuber was shilling for 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But made by Mark Zuckerberg.
So this is Orion. They are AR glasses and they look silly as hell because nobody has ever made any augmented reality glasses, any kind of like techie glasses look normal. The closest we've gotten is the Ray-Ban camera glasses.
Yes.
And even then, you could still tell. They weren't like an in-style thing. Here, go to the photo that's on that article. Oh wait, no, I see it starts playing. But it's like a slideshow, so you can click on it and pause it.
Listen, here's the thing.
It was there, you had it.
They look like
pause it on that.
They look
the
like
pause button. Scroll down.
Here, I just found I found a still picture. No, it's okay. I found a still picture. Let's not try to make that work. This looks like you went to a Halloween spirit store. You went to a spirit Halloween and you said, give me the nerd costume. Give me the 80s nerd costume.
It looks like it's supposed to have a little chain with a mustache attached to it.
I want the millennial hipster costume.
But they're so much thicker.
They are.
The thickness of the side of them is what's wild. Because it's not just thickness, it's thickness all the way over.
That's why I'm saying specifically a spirit Halloween version. This is specifically a cartoon version of glasses.
Yeah.
Why? This is not... Who? Why?
For who? For whomst?
If you're going to make them look like that, make them a helmet.
Yeah.
It's okay. If you're going to make them look like that and you're going to be like, this is for business, you might as well make them look stupid and businessy.
Yeah.
There's nobody's going to a meeting in these AR glasses and is just walking out and being like, oh, I was just checking something on my glasses. Oh, were you?
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Oh, were you?
I thought those were just glasses.
That's unbelievable.
Whoa.
There's a computer in those? Only one? It looks like there are 7. It looks like you have 7 computers in there.
On your face.
It looks like you're wearing 19 cameras, my dude.
So these are AR glasses. They make a big deal about it using Meta AI. Like as if, again, it's not like the same as Siri in your pocket?
No, it's different.
Okay, sure.
It's different. Yeah. It collects way more information about you, way more accurately.
They showed off examples of the glasses detecting ingredients laid out on a table and pulling up a recipe through the UI.
Hey, why is this always the demo?
See, what I do before I cook is I take all of the ingredients out and I don't know what I'm going to make yet. I want to be very clear.
I don't know psychopath behavior.
I don't know what I'm going to make yet. But I take all of the ingredients out of my cabinet and I lay them out on the table. And I make sure none of them are overlapping so that I can clearly see each of them. And then I go, what could I eat from this?
Why is this always the demo? I remember the demo is always, what can I make with this? And what is the nutritional content of this? Those are the 2 things that AR glasses, AI things, all of these things always use as the demo, and they're always wrong.
Yes.
And it's always useless and cumbersome.
Yes. Well, speaking of cumbersome too, you also have to wear a wristband.
Sure, because it has to know where your thing is.
For gestures.
Yeah. So you got to wear a cool idiot watch to go with your cool idiot glasses.
Yeah.
Also, it's not a watch. They didn't try to make it look like a watch.
No, they just made it a band that you have to wear. It looks a little bit like a Fitbit, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But it also isn't that.
No, it doesn't do any of that.
It just tracks.
Yeah. Alex said, I do think stuff like this is sick for the visually disabled folk, but they never market it that way because they don't actually build features for it. So it's beyond marketing. They actually don't do it.
Yeah.
The only thing that I have ever seen for any of these things that is a useful demo that also never works is you're wearing the AR glasses and they unobtrusively give you walking or biking directions to where you're going. But that's also still not a selling point.
No, that's not a big enough problem in my life.
No.
I don't need the big copywritten trademarked arrow to show me where to go.
No, this does that.
Yeah.
This does that.
Yeah.
Like the only one
I can put my AirPods in and I can just listen to it.
Yeah, there are 100. These problems are solved 10,000 ways.
100 times over.
And then the other thing they want to do is they always want to show you a video game. And the video game is always
Atari low.
It's always just like, it's dumb as hell.
Yeah.
It looks like some Windows 95 Atari Jaguar gaming demo. Like one day games will be 3D.
Yeah.
One day games will be 3D and you'll be able to see them in 3D.
Would you like to play a game you would never otherwise play?
Buddy?
And you're not going to look normal doing it. This isn't like, oh, hey, I'm in a meeting and I can low-key be playing this video game. You're going to be sitting there like,
Just another great human thing by humans for humans. You know? One of their big features here that's highlighted is miniaturized sensors. That's a talking point. Can we once again just see right here?
Miniature.
Here's how miniature those sensors are.
So little. Wow.
Small to put in an airplane.
Sure. Small for a car.
Small for a car.
Yeah.
Big for human face.
A little small for a desktop computer.
Do you know what else? And this is no disrespect to this woman in the photo, but you know how when they're trying to show you a gadget and they literally will hire hand models with the biggest hands?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, look how pocketable our DSLR is.
Yeah,
and it'll be a DSLR on somebody's perfectly flat hand.
Yeah.
And it'll take up the entire length of it. They'll be like, you could put this coffee cup in your watch pocket.
Yeah.
The tiny little pocket in your jeans.
Right.
It could go right there.
Yeah.
You don't
With
even
the
need
world's
to worry
biggest
about
hand.
it. Yeah. I wonder if this lady has the world's largest face.
Yeah.
Alex,
you'd have to get people with big faces.
Can we take a look?
Again, this isn't something that we can see, but I wonder.
Alex. Yeah, it's fine. We're still talking about it. Look. I'm just wondering if this lady.
I bet.
You know.
Yeah, they got big faces.
All.
So for right now, they say that this is not currently intended to be a consumer product, but could be in the future.
No, this isn't for people.
I know.
People don't want this. What is it? Why show this? Why show this other than quarterly earnings?
Well, they did also say that it is truly representative of something that could ship to consumers.
Who cares?
It isn't, but it could.
I don't care. Just so you know, we're still doing things. Cool, man. Me too.
I'm going to start holding a quarterly call where I just update people on all of my little projects.
I'm going to start texting you every time I have an idea.
You do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I like that. I appreciate that. That's friendship. We're not friends with Facebook.
No.
And that's why it feels bad.
The fact that they made like an entire thing out of this.
Yeah.
And it will disappear.
Yeah.
Because they already had like the Meta Quest Pro, right?
Yeah.
With Facebook Horizon. They made over $600 on Facebook Horizon.
Oh.
That's $600. And all they spent was a few billion. Think about that. This is clearly them just repackaging the same technology.
Yes.
And being like, do you like it now?
Yeah.
What do we have to do until you like this? We put so many billions of dollars into this.
Yeah.
What do we have to do to make you like this?
What is it going to take? I think more than anything, it is obviously for investors, because again, this is an earnings call, essentially. I think it is for investors, and I think it is like to keep specifically people who consider themselves to be like, we're investing in tech of the future. To be like, we promise that's gonna be us. It's not right now.
No.
But it's gonna be. So keep that money coming.
I just think it's so wild. You know, I think about things like concept cars.
Yeah.
There's a certain coolness to concept cars because they go out of their way to say, This is just the future of automotive technology. This isn't representative of a real car. But then they make it look like the motherfucking Batmobile.
Yeah.
It's a color-changing Batmobile full of computers and lasers. Whereas like the tech industry, they're like, this is just an example of what amazing things might come in the future. And then they'll show you the most idiotic breadboard ass, large Facebook cardboard fucking held together with gum, stupid shit you've ever seen.
Yeah.
If you are making something that is representative of the technology of the future,
right,
and it doesn't need to work on anybody's face right now, buddy.
Make it cooler.
Buddy.
Make it better.
Make it look better.
I don't know. But listen. Facebook is trying to make a lot of announcements. But I don't care about that.
No.
I care about what people, real people, are announcing on Facebook.
Oh. Like the last two people in your hometown to not date are now dating.
Yeah. And also, goodbye Meta AI. You don't use Facebook. I don't use Facebook, but I do use Facebook Marketplace.
Sure.
So you have to pass by the Facebook feed to get to Marketplace.
Yes.
You sprint as fast as you can. You're really trying not to see anything on the way to Marketplace.
Marketplace
you're gonna see a post or two.
Yeah, Marketplace is the one thing that they won't break out into its own app.
God.
Because they know
they separated Messenger. Yeah.
They know that the average person wants Facebook Marketplace.
And Facebook Marketplace is the only functional thing like it in America right now. Because Craigslist doesn't Craigslist anymore.
No.
Now Facebook Marketplace Craigslists. But you're always going to catch a post or two on your way to the Marketplace tab at the bottom of the app. And I caught multiple of these chain ass copy and paste posts saying specifically, goodbye Meta AI, which is the current trend.
These are on Instagram too.
Yes.
These are on people. I haven't seen them on Facebook, but they're on people's Instagram stories.
So here's the thing. We all universally agree that Meta AI is absolute trash. It is extremely annoying in the app. You go to search for somebody on Instagram and you're like, why am I fucking AI searching this name instead of searching for their Instagram account on my Instagram search?
No.
You'll be like, cool, the Meta AI is telling me about this person now. Please show me their fucking Instagram, you schmuck.
You put somebody's name into Meta AI and it tells you if you mix that person with chia seeds and almonds.
Yeah.
Here's the nutritional content.
Exactly. It's horrible. It's so non-functional. It's so inconvenient. Everybody agrees that it sucks, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's on Instagram. It's also on Facebook. Nobody likes it.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people with normal teeth and the right number of fingers posting that they really love Meta AI.
Yeah.
I've seen like a lot of people with like really toothy smiles that are just like, hey, I actually, every time I post that I hate AI, 10 of these people come out and they're just like, hey, we really like it.
I don't know about
wouldn't it be nice to really think about what good AI could do for us? And then they put 18 emojis.
Yeah.
And
as opposed to on Twitter.
They seem like real people.
Yeah.
They seem like real people who care about AI.
The different types of bots that you'll get on the different platforms, you get that one there. And then on Twitter, you just get like, would you like to see my asshole?
Yeah.
And it's tough.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm worried about what AI is going to do to the jobs and the creative. Pussy in profile.
I don't know which one's worse. I don't know which one bothers me more. I'm not sure if I dislike more the like meta explanation of one of my friend's Instagram handles or pussy in bio. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Also, the AI sends you a DM if you accidentally click on it. It's true. Meta AI starts DMing you.
Yeah. The only thing that you get, if you say something bad about Elon Musk on Twitter, there are actually bots that go like, hey now, I understand that, he's a very divisive figure, but let's try to keep things positive and share in this marketplace of ideas. Peace sign, heart, pussy in bio.
So, naturally, everybody's desperate to get rid of Meta AI, but they're not good at it.
No.
They're not smart about it. So instead, we've got people posting on their Facebook and Instagrams. Where did this go? Literally just the words, goodbye, Meta AI. There's an image of the text, and then there's people posting the text because a straight up fucking chain letter has gone around saying, if you don't want Meta AI, you have to post this. There it is. It's the first thing on there. I found it.
I have seen this. Literally, I'm the oldest person on the internet.
Of course.
And I have seen this every cycle. It is like the inevitable summer turning into fall.
Yeah.
The change of the seasons and the people who post the chain letter that they think is legally fucking binding on a social network.
Yeah.
When Facebook bought Instagram and they were like, we might use your photos in ads. Everybody was like, you're not allowed to use my photo in an ad. You stop right there. No pussy in this bio.
They said it was a chain post at the time. There's been so many of these, and I just can't believe people keep falling for it. There was the Facebook is buying Instagram. There was a long running one, which was Facebook is going to start charging for membership to use Facebook. If you don't want to pay, you can opt out now by reposting this post that says, no, Mark, I need my Facebook for free. And then your Facebook will be free forever.
That's right. Because what they have is they have Mark Zuckerberg in his little office searching for every single person who posted
and
that.
And they said, Tammy doesn't want to pay.
Tammy doesn't want to pay, so we won't make her pay.
Put her on the free account forever list.
That's right. How would that work? Hey, everyone who understands even a little bit about anything, just think logically about a computer and how a computer works.
No, nay, definitely not.
Just think about it.
Won't.
It's ridiculous.
Won't do it.
And this is why I'm not just the oldest man on the internet. I feel like the oldest man on the internet because I've seen this 1,000 times and we're not getting any smarter. Everybody who posted, I'm opting out of you using my information for AI. You can't. It's done. It's already over. And it's not going to end because you posted it. And then they're like, well, they added a little opt-out page. It's like, opt out from now on.
Yeah.
Good luck. They've already trained on 15 years of your social posts. How do people not understand things? That there is, but there is the one that's going around that you shouldn't open because if you do, within 7 days, Mark Zuckerberg crawls out of your monitor.
Yeah.
And he's just like, sweet baby rays. I made a glorp that for your girstness.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You do not want to open that one. But these are not new, right? It's not just for the same people that are going on Facebook every day and falling for AI, like panhandling too. That's another current trend of it, where parents are resharing like a toddler in the street holding a baby sitting on a landmine and being like, "This, you wouldn't believe it, but this is Wyoming.
This is Uganda right now. If we don't get Kony out of there."
Yeah. This is what's happening right now in Nebraska. We have to save the children. Like this post to donate.
My favorite, like this post to donate. What is happening?
Every like donates 7 cents to this child on a landmine.
So here's what's going on. There are accounts that do get monetized on Facebook. And what is happening is there are now content farms.
Yes.
That are basically creating AI slop that they try to make the most viral to the olds that they can.
Yes.
Because the more it gets shared, the more it gets viewed, the more it gets liked, they just get a little something.
Yeah.
They get a little something for their trouble.
A lot of them are Jesus-y. They do a lot of Jesus ones.
My favorite one is like, I wonder why nobody will repost a photo like this. And it'll be Jesus.
Ripped white Jesus.
Ripped white Jesus with George Washington crossing the Delaware. And like in the background are like 8 women that have no arms.
Yeah,
and
AI monstrosities.
And 6 legs.
Yeah.
And it's like, how come people won't post this anymore? Yeah, and then the other one, Skywalker is calling it out in the live studio audience. The other one is children artists in Africa.
It's brutal. It's a tough one.
Just generally in Africa. Because the old people are like, well, Africa has problems.
And
Africa has problems and they need help.
Yeah.
And it's a kid that's like, I saved 80,000 thrown away PlayStation 5 Pro paper clips.
Yeah.
And I turn them into this working automaton of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
But I can't have any money because I live in Africa.
Yeah.
And nobody respect art here.
Yeah.
Won't somebody share my art? I work so hard.
100%. And the post will be like, won't you share his art? He works so hard. And then there will be a bunch of like boomers on Facebook that share it that are like, oh, that share it like kids these days. And you're like, what does that even mean?
I don't know much about Africa, but I hear it is the roughest city. I hear it is the roughest city in the world. And these artist children, I've never seen a city so full of artistic, creative children that are being so ignored. Everywhere you go in the city of Africa, there's a child on every corner carving an entire tree into Donald Trump.
Yep.
And saying, why does nobody like my art? I starve here in city of Africa. Mr. Trump, please come help.
Yeah. This kid built a functional car, a motorized vehicle out of tuna cans.
It's just Link.
Yeah.
It's just Link and he's won't help him save Princess.
All he wanted was to save Princess and be hero, but in the city of Africa, he is too poor. So listen, here's where we run into a rude awakening, okay? Because all of these people didn't just start on Facebook, become old immediately.
No.
No. This has been happening for so long. But now you've got these accounts that are posting this shit and they're monetized. But I want to talk about when people did it for the love of the game. I want to talk about chain bulletins on MySpace.
Yes.
There was no monetizing these bulletins.
No.
It was purely to make you feel like you knew somebody, like you had friends and influence, okay? They read that book and they said, I know what I'll do. How to make friends and influence people.
I'm gonna win these friends.
I'm gonna write a post that says, reshare this in the next 7 minutes or a little girl will appear at the foot of your bed and eat your toes. Then she will go into your mother's room and she will eat her toes. And then she will leave through the window and go to each one of your neighbors. Only you can help it. Repost now. And people did it. They said, well, I don't want my mother's toes eaten. That sounds terrible. I can't condemn my neighborhood to this fate. I have to do it.
Yes, this is where the chain letters and chain quizzes and the idea of like people, the beginning of people farming you for your information started from here too. It's like, hey, repost this with your name and your age and your favorite color and your sign and the last 4 digits of your social and like this and this and this. And it's like, and send it to 5 friends. And if they don't repost it, you don't have any friends.
Yep.
And you'll die in a corner and it'll be sad, but only to you because no one cares.
Yep.
And then you're just like giving out security question answers.
How about this one? Ready? This is a post on DeviantArt that was reposting a MySpace chain letter. So this one was from this post on DeviantArt is from 2010.
I was going to say, what do you, DeviantArt?
Correct. One scary way to break up. Do not stop reading this chain mail or something bad will happen. Yeah. You can't get on without the dial-up sound. Do not stop reading this chain mail or something bad will happen with a million exclamation points. One day, a girl named Sarah was walking home from school when her boyfriend drove by. He honked his horn and told her to get into his car.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend said he was going to tell her something very important. He drove her out to the lake. Sarah could have sworn he was going to propose, but how wrong she was. He just flicked her off and dumped her. I'm breaking up with you, he said.
I thought that was going to go in a much more sinister way than it went.
I'm breaking up with you, he said. I hate you, and I think maybe you should just end your life.
Oh, okay, now it's going where I thought.
And with that, he pushed her into the lake. As he drove off, he just laughed. It was very cold that day, and when Sarah climbed out of the lake, she was freezing cold and felt worse than she'd ever felt in her entire life. She went straight home, climbed into a hot bath, and she died in that bathtub.
Because she drowned, not because of the hypothermia.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's the whole point of this bulletin. Learn to swim.
Oh, it's not done.
You have to learn to swim young.
Her parents yelled and screamed and hammered at the bathroom door. Finally, they broke down the door and they discovered Sarah's body. The entire bathroom was dripping with blood. The entire bathroom.
The whole thing.
Her mom went insane and killed herself 3 days later.
Wow.
Her dad is in prison, accused of murder. Later that week, Sarah's ex-boyfriend was taking a shower when something rotten and bloody came from the drain. It was Sarah with a razor in her hand, and she said, "Goodbye, Jason," and she cut his throat before he could scream. If you do not repost this chainmail with the title, one scary way to break up, Sarah will come to you from the drain when you are in the shower and kill you the same way that she killed her boyfriend. 24 people have broken this chain and died because of it.
24
you have 13
exactly.
minutes.
24 exactly. Wow. Now, is it on us? This is what I've always wondered. Is it on us to manually update that part of the chain letter?
Yes.
If we hear about anybody else?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's part of it.
All right.
This next one, I just love the start of it. It just starts with, a girl died in 1993 by a homicide murderer.
The worst kind of murderer.
All of these are just insane chain letters that end in repost or you'll die in the next 15 minutes. And you would have to repost them to bulletins. Those who were not on or not on MySpace, okay? You had comments.
Yeah.
But you had bulletins. So as opposed to like on Facebook, you could post on people's walls, kind of. That's like the closest. There was no status updates at the time. There was the bulletin board. And it was just, you could make a post to all of your friends.
That's
and
right.
you could go to someone's profile and see all the bulletins that they've posted in the past.
Yeah.
And they were mostly for like emo quotes and chainmail. That's about it.
Yeah.
Band promos.
Band promos, chainmail, DJs, DJ promotion, anything like that.
Yeah.
But also like, also before, there's a particular type of friend that is going to just post fake cries for help all the time on MySpace.
Oh, yeah.
They're not real.
No, it was an incredibly important part of MySpace, though.
It was an incredibly important part of MySpace where it's just like, I guess I'm just lonely and I'm not worth anything, huh?
And they'd wait for you to message them and be like, what? No.
No. You're one of my favorite people. Tell 13 people I'm one of your favorite people in the next 18 minutes or 73 people will die. What? That's a lot of numbers. You just threw a lot of math at me.
On this DeviantArt page at the end of it, and they post so many. They post things like, hello, my name is Kevin. I died in your backyard last night. I'm in the room next to yours watching you read this. If you try to run up the stairs to mommy and daddy, I'll grab your feet and I'll pull you back down the stairs to the other room and I will eat you alive. Remember, I'm
Kevin,
watching
no.
you. Repost.
No, Kevin. Not my feet. Not toes and feet. It's all toes and feet all the way down.
And you died in my backyard last night?
What, Kevin?
Kevin. I should call somebody.
How did you die, Kevin?
At the end of this, there is an author message that says, no need to worry, guys. These stories are fake.
Oh.
Thank goodness. Whew. Thank goodness.
Oh, thank God.
But a lot of people responded to this. And when you look for, I was just looking online, right? I was Googling. I was like, MySpace chain letters. I thought a lot of people would have like collections of these. Very few people have kept them. It's a little bit of like a lost internet thing.
And the tough thing is there was a MySpace after it changed hands the final time there. I think Fox bought it or something.
After Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, it completely reskinned and redesigned itself.
Yeah.
And all the old posts are gone.
Yeah.
So if you try to go back.
I thought more people would chronicle them.
You always think so. You always think so with the internet. But it's important to save every piece of garbage you read on the internet. It's important that we must keep the garbage alive.
We have to keep the garbage alive. Well, forums are doing that because as opposed to finding the posts and screenshots of the posts on MySpace, what we found is people talking about them on other online forums that are still up. This is a very old Final Fantasy forum that I found here, and it's just general chat.
Yeah.
And the subject line of this is MySpace bulletins in all caps with a million exclamation points.
It's an old forum, but it must still be active because that's the art from Remake and Rebirth.
Yeah.
So
it's just been around for a very long time.
People are still going.
This is a post from 2007 that says, yeah, well, I just wanted to say I'm really fed up with all the MySpace bulletin bull with like a bunch of little emojis because they can't say shit. I don't know how many times I'm supposed to die by now, but I figure once is enough. So stop posting it. Anyone else sick of the whole post this or die for like the 50th time bulletins? And there are so many responses to this of people talking about it and so many people being like, yeah, Tom said that he was working on it, but he's not. And I was just like, can you imagine people being like, yeah, Mark said he was going to fix that, but he hasn't.
Yeah.
When like you have a problem with Instagram being like, do you think Mark's working on it? Do you think Mark's going to fix it? Yeah, Tom said he was going to. Tom says crap all the time, but you never get it. Here was my favorite response.
But Tom wouldn't do that. He's in my top 8.
Right.
He's one of my best friends.
Guys, everyone make Tom number 1 in your top 8 so that he can feel good about fixing MySpace. Mm-hmm. He said if everyone's number 1 in their top 8, then we'll be able to put 2 songs on our MySpace instead of 1.
Do you know what's funny? When you joined MySpace, Tom was immediately on your top 8.
Yes.
You immediately followed him.
Because he only had 1 friend.
That's right. It was Tom. And we were like, "Aw, Tom.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, what's up?" Elon Musk does the same fucking thing on Twitter.
And we're all like, "Oh, God. Oh, go away.
You. Get out of here. I don't want to see your shit."
Yeah. It's slightly different.
Social media is really different now.
A comment on this bulletin or like this forum. Try having my 12-year-old sister on your MySpace friends. Then you complain about the quality and or quantity of stupid bulletins. Doesn't say anything about what their 12-year-old sister posts. Yeah?
Okay.
Try having my 12-year-old sister on your MySpace friends.
Yeah. If you think that's bad, try having a little sister. Disney Channel original movie.
And then lastly, Alex, I want you to show this one that I'm clicking on
You
right
might
now.
think the toughest thing is being a dog with a blog, but try having a little sister.
Not that one. That's this one. The one? Yeah. Okay. And then this was my favorite find. And then I promise I'll let us move on from MySpace chain letters. Oh, wait, hold on. It's loading very slow, but it is loading. I looked at it last night. I know it's available. It is a petition from 2006 to stop MySpace chain bulletins. It's like one of those like build a petition websites.
Sure.
38 people signed it. And it's essentially its own chain letter because it was like, sign this petition.
And then list some people you want to send it to who might be interested.
Yeah. Sign this petition. So you'll never have to repost another MySpace chain bulletin again, which is so funny because that means the creator of this petition really believes that you actually do have to repost them. They said, sign this so that you never have to again.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you have to. If you don't sign the petition, you have to keep reposting it or people are going to die.
You have 2 choices.
This link's not working.
It's 2 easy choices. That's okay. We get the point.
I know, but it was a fun looking old petition.
Yeah.
Absolutely absurd. I loved it. You could find so many forum posts from 2006 and no actual archiving of these.
Listen, the best thing you can do,
Mm-hmm.
the best thing you can do is go onto Wibby and search for anything.
Wibby?
Yeah, it's the search engine that refuses to search any websites after JavaScript was included in websites.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah, I think we might have looked at it once, you and I, like the old school, because it only searches the old school internet.
I don't know.
So
I don't remember this.
Search for literally anything you enjoy on Wibby and just bask in the old internet vibes.
Man.
The old internet vibes are the best vibes.
Try enjoying something.
The internet used to be a bunch of people, a bunch of little interconnected people.
Yeah.
Sharing what they loved. And now it's 5 websites telling you what you love.
Here's what I will say. In digging into a bunch of stuff from 2006, no, it wasn't. No, it was actually very bad.
Oh, there was a lot of bad.
The amount of times in a 5-minute Google search, I came across slurs.
Oh, yeah.
Was tough.
Hey.
It was tough.
Let me tell you.
It was a lot of like slurs against disabled people, slurs against gay people, and in the most casual manner.
Yeah.
Like in the most like this simply wasn't relevant in any way to what we're talking about.
Now they're on the 5 websites.
Yeah.
But they have to be more clever about their terms because they're trying to monetize their racism.
Right. And they also have pussy in bio. Now, that's what's important.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, be careful then using Wibby because hey everybody.
I've found nothing but good on Wibby. And you can also click on surprise me on Wibby. And it'll just send you. It'll just send you to like, here's a guy who's just writing about transistors.
That's great.
He just loves transistors.
I love that for that guy.
Yeah.
I love
go to
that very much.
Wibby.com/surprise. The Pied Piper. Oh,
show it, yeah.
Welcome to the Pied Piper. This is the Pied Piper. It's for home pest control. It's just somebody who's really into pests that are in your home. and would like to tell you all about them. Is this Pied Piper extermination service? No, there's no company connected to this. This is this person's autism. That's what I love about the old internet.
Honestly, what I love about the current internet is mostly people's autism too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's really most of the good things on the internet at this point. Hey. Did you play the home safety hotline?
Yo, you can cook anything in a kettle. Saige, you can cook anything in a kettle.
Kettle Cookery.
Kettle Cookery. Listen, all you need is one kettle, one orange tangerine netting, and one medium egg.
Put like that guy from that LinkedIn post?
Yeah, put egg in kettle.
Yeah.
Put egg in kettle. You've got it,
Please
baby.
no, the raw chicken breast. Thank you, Jelly PB. Knew what I was talking about.
Yes.
Anthony, did you play the home safety hotline?
I did. I love it.
This all looks like the home safety hotline.
Yes.
Especially the insect one, obviously.
Obviously, yes.
Great
the old
game.
internet was just the home safety hotline.
Excellent game.
And
so
egg
maybe
cooking.
even instead of going on the old internet, just play that game.
Hey, here's the Acme license maker, Saige. Pretend you're in prison and make a license.
License plate. A license plate.
Go ahead.
The plate's important. A license is a different thing.
Go ahead and make a prison license.
A license to go to prison.
Dude, the old internet rules.
Yeah.
The old internet rules.
The new internet is obviously pretty tough out there. And in California, we just got a new bill regulating that a little bit.
Does everybody has to use Wibby now?
Yes.
We did it, everyone.
Gavin Newsom.
That petition/chain letter that I sent around worked.
Yeah. Everybody has to now. Gavin Newsom has been signing bills like rent is due. It's been very interesting. Gavin Newsom, of course, hi, Californians. This is a little bit of niche California news, but I do think it's interesting because I do think when progressive states can do it, it can set a precedent for other places.
You know what's funny? It is kind of like inside baseball California news, but also not, because Gavin Newsom is such the far right tries to make him such a punching bag of everything that's wrong with left liberal America.
They really want to paint him as way more left than he is.
Yeah, we actually over here most of the time we're like, hey, Gavin, stop sucking for 5 minutes.
Yeah. A little too centrist, as most of the Democratic politicians are, but he's done some decent things in the last week, which is worth celebrating. One, social media algorithms, notoriously incredibly infectious at this time, and especially when you get things like For You, there's been a lot of debate recently about what that means and how responsible a platform is for what they put on it when they call it something like For You page. Now, there's been a lot of protections in place for social media and websites in general to be like, well, if we didn't make the content, we can't be responsible for it.
Now,
we did not make it.
Yeah.
So we can't be held responsible if somebody does something.
Sure, the platform that they're trying to we provide a platform.
Yes.
We cannot moderate the entire platform. That's what these companies have always said. And in reality, if these were companies that were not on the internet, if these were physical places and they were like, well, I own the bar, but I can't stop everybody from getting crazy in the bar.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
you would have to.
You have to stop people. You have to do something.
So specifically now they've been diving into, if you say For You, do you not become the curator, and have you not created that content?
Is this a bill that's going to stop my For You page from looking desperate when I'm single and desperate? Because I can always tell when I'm single and desperate by the way my For You changes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, this bill really isn't For You.
Because I would really, if somebody could fix that.
In response to this, they're mostly focused on children on social media and regulating the ability of knowingly addictive algorithms that they can create for children on a For You page.
That's fair.
And I think that's pretty fucking important. It seems like something we really kind of have to do. Because it's incredibly addictive, and it is also a specific idea that you are telling children what to think. They are in a specific sequence for a reason, and they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's one of the first things. Okay. So now they're regulating, and they're just it's gonna be kind of that's vague.
Yeah, and that's super important. But also hey, Gavin, can you do something about my For You page? Looking as desperate as it does right now.
So the bill defines
that's a no?
I mean, this could affect. The bill defines an addictive feed as an internet website, online service, or online application or mobile app in which multiple pieces of media generated or shared by users are recommended, selected, and prioritized for display to a user based on information provided by the user. Okay. So it is talking about specifically for it. And they say it is to help protect children and teenagers from purposely designed features that feed the destructive habits of social media, like social media addiction, isolation, stress and anxiety, and endless hours scrolling.
But they shouldn't have to do that because every 15 minutes, TikTok shows me a TikTok that says, hey, bud.
You still scrolling?
Hey, bud, you still scrolling? Why don't you not scroll? And it's always the same 3.
Yeah.
So I notice.
Get away
so
from
I
it
know
as
to
fast as
skip it
possible.
immediately.
Yeah.
So I feel like they've got it. They're handling it on their own. They don't really need a bill for that.
Then let's see the next one. The next one is also a protection for children on the internet, which I think is pretty neat. Demi Lovato went to Governor Newsom's office to sign in.
Protect children from aliens.
Star people. Thank you very much.
Protect children from the star people.
Please.
Demi Lovato went and she was like, we've got to keep the star people off the algorithms.
Yes.
They have the future technology and they can use it on our primitive algorithms. And then the children.
So Demi Lovato recently released a docuseries interviewing a bunch of child actors and also talking about kind of their fears for like children of the internet.
Yeah.
It was really, really interesting. Collaborated with a lot of people that have been very outspoken on it, like Allison Stoner.
I wish she had released it before her alien one.
It's been years.
I know, but
it's been years.
I know, but the alien thing is such a sticky thing.
For you.
For everyone.
For you.
For everyone.
For you. Moving on, I'm going to get through what this bill is.
Okay.
This is a financial protection act for child influencers, which is a pretty fucking big deal. If you were a child actor, there are laws in place to make sure that your parents can't spend all of your money and they can't just like cash cow you through your entire childhood. It's only 15%. Which isn't good. It should be a lot more.
Yeah.
But 15% of a kid's earning in the traditional entertainment industry has to go to legally a Coogan account, which does not unlock until that kid turns 18 years old. And there has been nothing in place for child influencers. I'm talking not just family vloggers where their kids are in
but think about
dedicated pages.
Think about like Ryan's Toy, whatever.
Right.
You know?
Ryan's World, Ryan's Toy Reviews. There are so many pages that are specifically even dedicated to these children that is just their kids' faces on this. They've built empires out of these children that have no protection.
Yeah, there are kids that are making their parents millions and millions of dollars. And who knows what the parents are going to do with that money because they're not legally obligated to do anything with the money. Whereas,
now they will be.
Whereas, child actors have at least had that little bit of protection.
Yeah. So now they say that essentially it will fall under Coogan law as well, which is 15% of their gross earnings will have to go into a trust account that they cannot access until they're 18 years old. This will be any monetized online content, mandating that their parent or guardian set aside the percentage in their trust. I look little. Why am I short?
Yeah.
Why am I little? Hold on.
You slid down a little bit, I think.
I think we were a little high to begin with, but okay. I got taller now. It's better. Anyways, this is good. There's 2 more. I'm going to power through these because we're at the very end of it and I don't want to miss them. Medical bills are not supposed to show up on your credit report anymore in California, and that's very good, and everywhere should have that. Oh my God.
Okay, but here's the loophole that I'm wondering about with this. Like, no, medical debt should never count against you. That's like one of the, it shouldn't. It's not, you don't decide to go to the emergency room. And a lot of people
you were really irresponsible when you had that heart condition. A
lot of people in the United States will forego going to the emergency room because they're like, this is going to be expensive. And if I'm not going to die, I'm going to live forever with these bills and it's going to be on my credit report. That stuff should not be on your credit report. Now, the big issue with like a lot of laws that protect this is a hospital, a medical debtor, whoever, will sell your debt to a collection agency.
Yeah.
And then that can go on your credit report.
Right, because it's a collection agency now. It's no longer considered really medical debt.
How does this close up that loophole at all? I have no idea. That's the biggest problem.
They don't mention that in here. In addition, this same bill also makes it mandatory to be easier to cancel auto-renew subscriptions. There has to be an easy, visible click-to-cancel option. Very good. And also limits bank overdraft fees.
Good.
So pretty good stuff.
The most predatory thing in the world, and such a relic from a time when it was like, well, you wrote a check and then 3 days later the check gets to the bank and then 3 days later we check your account. And like, no, dude, I tap my phone and you know where the money is.
Yeah.
Simply don't let me spend money I don't have.
Yeah.
Simply don't.
Simply don't.
Just don't.
I actually, I was just told about this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that they could reorganize the transactions in any order. Did you know that?
Yes.
So let's say you had $500 in your account.
They'll take the biggest thing that does the most damage
so that
first.
all of the others are individual overdraft charges. That's bananas. Even if you spent the $500 at the end of the day and earlier in the day you spent $2 here, $3 there, $1 there, all of those will be considered separate overdraft charges because they'll just rearrange them and they can just do that to you. So anyways, that's it. That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's all of the bill stuff that we need to talk about. But I think it's interesting.
No, it is.
And I think that, hey, this is your reminder that your politicians are public servants and they serve you and they should be every day signing bills like rent is due. And if they aren't, it is something on a smaller level you actually do have some sway in.
That's right. Know
your local politicians. Know who your representatives are on a state level, on a city level, on a county level, and hold them fucking accountable.
Yeah. Datterall is in the live studio audience, brings up another one that I love, which is overdraft protection.
Yeah.
But overdraft protection costs as much per overdraft
as an overdraft fee. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the protection?
Yeah, that's a big Bank of America thing.
What's the protection? Hey, also important, badger.org.
Oh?
Could we go to badger.org, please? It says right here, welcome to badger.org. I want to say up front, I'm not a professional researcher.
Yeah.
My nickname is Badger.
Oh.
And I like them too. So I study several resources. And if they generally say the same thing, I take it to be a fact.
I love that. I love that. That's exactly how we've gotten where we are on the internet.
I read this twice about badgers, so I'm pretty sure it's true. Welcome to my Badger page.
Awesome. Fabulous. Perfect. No notes.
Yo.
Look, if I read a fact a couple times on the internet, I probably take it to be true.
The old internet fucks, dude. The old internet absolutely fucks.
And that is all the show that we have time for. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us. We appreciate it. We do the show typically live every Monday and Friday. However, there will not be a Monday show this week. So we'll see you again next Friday. If you haven't gotten enough of us, you know what you can do? You can go to patreon.com/Pixel Circus and you can subscribe for $5 a month or start with a free trial to see if you're into it. You'll get a bonus clip today and you get access to the entire backlog of bonus content.
Dang, it's so much. It's a lot of content.
We have so much that we've been shooting recently that we're going to have a ton of fun BTS from. We do after shows for our RPGs. It's a bunch of good stuff and you should go because it's nice and it helps support our independent network. There's also free ways to support our independent network.
You could also go to our Discord. That would be lovely. Join up with the BBs. Hang out. Be cool.
Suggest things that you want to see us talk about or just chat about the news after the show. The chat keeps going. It doesn't have to end here.
No, it doesn't and it won't.
But also, if you're watching on YouTube, it is free to like and subscribe. You can even hit that notification bell to get notified when we post a new episode. We don't post that much, so it's a reasonable amount of notifications. I think you could do it.
We are on the road on this new channel to 10,000 subs. So YouTube will stop stealing our ad money.
We're so far from it.
We're so far
We're
from
very
it.
far from it, but we would appreciate it very much. It helps out too if you leave a comment. I read every single comment on our YouTube videos, just so you know. So if you have thoughts on the stories, on anything that we talked about, just leave it in the comments below. We really appreciate it. It's very cool of you.
Yeah.
Where else can they find you on the internet, Anthony?
My stars. You can find me everywhere at Carboni, except for on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. And on We Have Concerns, which is wehaveconcerns.com. It's my science podcast. What about you?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I am always small. That's it. And you can find me on the other Pixel Circus channel where I just ran a pirate RPG, and there will be more stuff very soon that I ran.
Oh.
How about Alex?
Hello, my name is Alex. You can find me on the internet at Alder_Mancy on Twitter or at Alex Teplitz on Instagram. And the first episode, Session 0 of the Aurora Protocol is out on Broadcasters. So check it out where you get your podcasts.
Also, Alex, I did see your excitement in the chat that Epic Mickey is out now.
Yep.
I can't
It's
believe
out.
it.
Congratulations specifically to Alex.
I'm not going to have a weekend.
Great. I love that. That's perfect. Good thing we don't have a show on Monday. Straight through. That's it for our show. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us.
It's probably S for spiritual travel, just like here on spiritualtravel.org. All the rules that you need for spiritual travel and out-of-body experiences.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much.